Cryptology is a young science. Though it has been used for thousands of years to hide the secret messages, systematic study of cryptography as a science just started like around 100 years ago. So when we talk about the classical cryptography system and we mentioned that it started thousands of years ago, and then we say like we have just started the study 100 years ago, so how we relate all these things, right? The first evidence of the use of cryptography was found in an inscription carved around 1900 BC in the main chamber of tomb of nobleman Quantop II in Egypt. The scribe used some unusual hieroglyphic symbols here and there to place of more the ordinary ones. The purpose of this was not to hide any secret messages, but perhaps to change its form in a way that it would appear more dignified. Though the inscription was not a form of a secret writing, as I mentioned before, but actually it incorporated some sort of transformation of the original text, and is also known as the oldest form of the cryptography, which is kind of cryptography which was used and we know as of now. Evidence of some of the use of this cryptography has been seen in most early civilizations. Arthashastra, a classical work of on statecraft written by Kautilya, describes the espionage services in India and mentions giving assignments to spies in secret writing. Now, with spies, do you remember something sort of in the James Bond movie, right? So we have already seen how the encrypted text has been provided to the spies, and this does not started with the form of NSA or KGB or those secret organizations, but actually it started in India like around during the thousands of years ago. Okay, now let's fast forward all these old generations and let's move on to the most determined cryptography of the oldest time. The fast forwarding to around 100 BC. Julius Caesar was known to use a form of encryption to convey secret messages to his army generals who were posted in the war front. This was also called as the substitution cipher, in which they actually substituted a letter by the another letters. In the subsequent videos, we'll see how the Julius cipher was formed and how can we use them. Okay, and also we will see that we'll see some of the more advanced form of Julius cipher, and the most commonly used even now, that is called the rot 13, that is the rotation of the 13th. So it's like the common way of the Julius Caesar cipher, or we call it the Caesar cipher. It is that you just replace one letter. Let's say you have A is called as B is called as C. So if you have to write ABC, you will actually write it BCD. Okay, so when you get the BCD, you do a reverse one shift, and then you get ABC as a decrypted text. So this is all about the Julius Caesar cipher, and we'll see the Julius Caesar cipher in more detail in the next